DeVries said the grand plan made her do it, huh? Jeez, kinda preachy. Keep it in the monastery, lady.
Me being stupid? Me stupid. uh, Yeah, use the lift. There might have been a fast travel point, yeah. We made it there, we just got distracted with other stuff and whatnot. The rift modulator was there the whole time, and I did a different quest. I did a companion quest, and then left. I didn't know I could do a 2-for-1. So you're pointing this out? Huh. Is that open without perception? Oh. Who told me about this? Why do I know about this? I know it didn't come out of nowhere. I just don't recall. Just looking around. I like looking at art in games, you know. I'm the kind of dude that looks at every painting in a video game.
Readying assault protocols.
You're not made for fighting fairly. Your max health is reduced, but enemies lose track of you quicker, and you deal bonus sneak attack damage. This one I might consider. Minus 25% is a lot, though. But so is plus 100% sneak attack damage. I'm thinking, No. Some of the sneak attacks are already getting the job done when I need it to. Annotated map of Arcadia's first colonies. One of the locations on this map bears a bright red X mark. A small note is pinned beside it. Suspected site of initial signing of Articles of Confederation early into Arcadia's founding. Name successfully stricken from records. No copies of surviving initial articles, but extremely sporadic rumors persist that they were shockingly lenient in regards to punishing citizen infractions and allowed subjects frightful amounts of autonomy. Though our society has proven that citizens require strict rules to thrive, rumors of any other guidelines must not be allowed to persist. Continue to identify sources of information, excise most thoroughly.
Villains abound. Be on guard.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't need to take that perk. I doubt the 100% will kill the tougher enemies as well, so... Well, maybe it would have. Either way, 25% is a lot in any game, right? So... And I'm already squishy. Oh. I have 0 melee, but it's working.
Stand ready. Our foes are close. Hostile nigh.
Our system is the best anyone has ever had. Perfection
is perfect. Our paradigm is ironclad. What? It is the duty of every... Unctuous ne'er-do-well!
Wait, where'd they go? There was someone else in the hallway. Hang on.
That elevator over there goes to the Supreme Arbiter's old office. I hope the technicians have kept it in working order.
Neutralizing unfriendly.
Replenishing my firearm.
Seems the Consul is not devoted to the idea of training future arbiters. I wish I could say I was surprised.
Not friendly life form
detected. Emergency protocols ready.
There, a misbegotten fool. To fall. Malefactor ahead.
Ah, okay.
Restored
Sure.
to combat ready condition. As indicated.
Okay. Whoa. That bunker. I've never seen that thing. I need to save after I kill some of these guys. God damn it.
Replenishing my firearm.
Providing a host of help.
Tristan goes down so fast, I guess.
You have my thanks and my hammer.
Aborting surge. Appreciate if you cleared out. Gonna make me walk on over there, huh?
Hostile nod.
Oh my god. I could not get a shot off. Hi.
Hey there.
One second.
Seems the Consul is not devoted to the idea of training future arbiters.
The
I wish I could say
other
I was
one went back, I
surprised.
guess. Yeah, there's this elevator, but I just wanna... Where the fuck They must be below me.
Never more content. Never more content.
Potential combatant in the vicinity.
The old quarters are... They've all been removed. I hardly recognize this place.
You don't happen to have a quest here right now, do you, Tristan? Okay.
I've eyes on the miscreant.
To ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
Early copy of the Protectorate Acumen Test. This copy of the Protectorate Acumen Test is one of the first drafted by the Matriarch herself. You may have noticed its unusually simple questions and greatly truncated length. It was believed initially that this was all required to successfully decide the vocations of Protectorate subjects. In the many peaceful years following the Matriarch's passing, the Protectorate iterated lightly upon her initial designs. However, after her rise to power, Consul Thoreau correctly identified many ways in which the Protectorate Acumen Test could further identify a subject's strengths and weaknesses. The test nearly quintupled in length, allowing us all to rest easy, knowing Arcadia's future subjects will be properly placed in their societal roles. I did that a little bit. Yeah, looks like the way out is through the shit show out there. I'll be a little more prepared. I won't have everyone aggroed right at the start, at least. Wait, why? How'd you? You must have walked out and then made your way back in after all the chaos or something. Well, it was a bad idea to come back in here. I was wondering where that last blip was. Okay. Looking around. Okay. Let's save before I tarry out there.
Smells like paint and agitated dust. Renovation.
Unfriendly in combat range.
Engaging combat protocols.
Celebrate their sacrifice.
Emergency protocols ready.
Oh my, you're a lot, okay. And my damage is so little on you! I have so much HP, wow. And of course, Tristan is dead, like, immediately.
Hastening to cover!
Standing by with life support.
Seeking cover!
Patiently awaits repair.
Oh, okay. That is so much health on that thing. I have no idea what to do about that. The shock ammo is not doing what I thought, so...
Smell. like paint and
Yeah, almost seems like it's not
Help you with something?
renovations, I surmise.
worth
My
it.
sense come and close.
I thought you stayed in that spot. Okay.
Oh, how we prevail. Us above.
Ready to dispense judgment.
God damn it. I can never get that second shot off. Okay. This is a shit show here.
Each a vital call. Breaking for cover.
Employing a thorough, methodical search pattern.
Foul. Refilling my weapon. Getting perfection.
Non-friendly life form detected.
Replenishing my firearm. Quite possibly a scoundrel. Recommencing hostilities.
You have my thanks and my hammer.
Yeah, I cannot get through this thing. So I don't know. Our companion, okay, we lost everything. Does Journal say anything about this?
Our system is the best anyone has ever had. Perfection is perfect. Paradigm ironclad.
We should save in here, I guess. we lost aggro, and some of them are dead, so I guess that's good. I guess so. General Communications, Internal Memorandum, Department of Belief. Notice to all Sentinels. Effective immediately, the Department of Belief, newly established by the Council, shall handle all matters related to the religious development of the Protectorate subjects in our current time of conflicts. Once the order is returned to the Protectorate's fold, they shall answer to the Department of Belief, as led by the Council, who shall rule upon all religious determinations by members of the Order before they are put into effect. No exceptions to this shall be made. Glory to the Council. Okay.
Reporting in some neighborly suspicion right
Why would you guys go back to doing that?
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Why would you? Exercise is important, I get it.
Promoting teammate health.
Good job, Tristan. I think even if I use all my shock rod ammo on this, it's not gonna... Yeah. I feel like I'm not supposed to fight that. Is this gonna do anything to it?
This unit is non-functional.
No. It's a Xyranium weapon. What am I thinking? Yeah, does it have like an innate shock resistance or something? Ow. It did seem to do a little more. Okay. We'll just use a shock rifle, I guess. That is so much! But I do kind of want to kill it. I think this is my only... Yeah, this is just worse now? Thank you, Tristan. I'll just shoot through you, I guess.
I despise asking for aid.
Who's the... Oh, okay. It's getting there. It's gonna take a while. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of doing this. But the health is going down more than before. Okay, okay, okay. No! Okay. Oh, yeah. Give me up. Okay. There's still a marker somewhere. Okay. Ugh. You're a menace. Okay, so we gotta use a Okay, so some of the previous mechs up to this point haven't had any shock resistance. I guess this one innately has some. Yeah.
Granted by the grace of the sovereign.
What are you guys doing? The shooting range?
The sovereign provides, the system abides.
The hammer is quicker than the gun.
Yeah. Alright, that should be everything. Sentinel uniform? Must not have been that good. It seemed like it was highlighted multi-launcher? Knowledge evaluation. In order to unlock the armory, you must complete an evaluation of your knowledge of Protector history. All questions must be answered properly to open the armory. Are you ready to begin? Sure. What was the age of Sovereign Ruben Varric on the day of his passing? Randomly key match. Listed answer is incorrect. User allowed one mistake. Any further mistakes will incur an electric shock. Search central control for clues. A noble history. Where's central control? Okay. Classified History of the Protectorate. You flip through the book's many pages, each of which bear more long black redaction lines than actual sentences. However, one redacted line stands out to you. Into advanced stage, Sovereign Ruben Varric sought to extend his service to the Protectorate and accordingly his life. After much experimentation, the Sovereign unfortunately passed at the age of 115.
3? Of course.
Wouldn't I need some more though?
I must get back to it.
I mean, I can go back to it and answer that, but there should be more. Notice password system change. Sentinel O'Lowry. Your questions before were laughable. What was the first colony ever founded in Arcadia? Even children know that's Pioneer's pride, fool. You're making the day shift sentinels look like a bunch of doddering lunkheads. I've replaced your asinine queries with ones that you shan't be able to crack in 1,000 millennia. No getting into the armory without bypassing them. And if you disable the electrical punishment circuitry, I'll let all know of your cowardice. Oh. In what ways were the original Articles of Confederation flawed? Subjects were expected to work for monetary compensation. Ridiculous. They naively allowed subjects too much autonomy. Citizens need rules to thrive. I do remember that. Yeah. What security measure present on the flagship of the Sovereign prevents unauthorized deck access? Automated heavy turrets every 3 feet of hallway. Administering shock. That's okay. I'll brute force it. A crew of security officers manually clears any entrant. Okay. Thank you. That feels nice. Yeah. Okay, a blood sample, sure. What?
Is concerned for the commander's well-being.
Nah. So none of them are? General Communications. Internal Memorandum, Department of Belief. Yeah. Renovations. Just gonna skim this. Nobody cares, so. The Department of Belief is now in charge of the Protectorate's Religious Science Division, I believe it said. This quest would have been impossible to deal with if I left that this thing alive. Functional. I guess we can check those rooms. I did think it was weird that there were all those rooms. Here we are again. Senior Sentinel Ebb, I recently finished my review of the security mechanisms present on the flagship of the Sovereign. I must say our security coordinators have outdone themselves. Defenses ring every corridor, hourly redundant hallway patrols, and at the crux of it all, no one can access any deck of the ship without providing deck-specific credentials. This means that, for example, an officer on Deck 2 would be unable to access Deck 4 without aid. No assailant or group of assailants could run roughshod over the ship, no matter how coordinated. I hasten to call the ship nigh impregnable. Perhaps we might even implement some of these security measures at Central Control as well. Or totes? Okay. Sure. My explosives is never going to be high enough for some of the stuff now. I don't think. Yeah. Just keep at it. Some crit could be good, I suppose. How many of my weapons count as being modded? Okay. Users must present a deck-specific set of credentials. Who's in charge of the Protectorate's the Department of Belief, I believe? Yeah. By what criteria does the Protectorate Acumen test truly place subjects? No, I thought I had by matriarch ordained principles built upon by the consul's able hand. Okay. Thank you, thank you. A better shock rifle? Why is it better? Oh, okay. My own damage went up. That's why. This wasn't too crazy. But, alright. Yeah, it's open. Okay. Back to getting this modulator. We're finally out of there. I was only there for like 50 minutes, but it still felt like a while. "50 minutes with dead silence." I haven't used these mini rockets yet.
Entering a confrontational state.
Cool. Don't make me use this. Thank you.
Engaging hostile life
Oh, it took the sniper rifle slot. This one. The silencer does kind of nerf it a little bit. Oh, we're quite low on this stuff. We should put this away.
Just primed.
That is not. Okay. Yeah, getting a little easier to die in this game now. At least we're here. Gonna ignore them this time.
Lethal measures at the ready, Commander.
God damn it.
Your vitals look grim, Commander.
What's fucking me up? It's so hard to tell where enemies are sometimes, for me. Like, where? Okay. So trash at aiming. So trash. Oh my gosh.
Health benefits available at your request.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Tristan's armor is, for the most part, not cutting it. He just kind of rushes up and then goes down. Welcome, Sentinel, to all personnel. Subject, update to screening protocols version 1.2. To all personnel of the primary security checkpoint from Central Control. Subject, update to screening protocols version 1.2. Attention all personnel, please be aware that any arbiters or personnel associated with arbiters are now subject to additional screening. Arbiters and personnel associated with arbiters must submit their identification forms in triplicate and shall have any non-standard issue belongings confiscated. All is for the safety of Arcadia. No protocol updates for Sentinels or associated personnel. Glory to the Council. Office of the Council. Further updates to screening protocols version 2. Attention all personnel. As of this moment, arbiters and those associated now must present all standard issue weaponry and armor at this checkpoint. Equipment may be relocated at Central Control. May their unarmored passage to Central Control renew their devotion to the Council. No protocol updates for Sentinels or associated personnel. Glory to the Council. Alright. That seemed pointless to me. This is their own little correspondence, I suppose. I can't use this. Please tell me you're gonna let me just walk over here, and there's not gonna be something impossible. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's just... okay. I thought it was one of the big kahunas for a sec. No. Different design. Confiscated items. Welcome, user. Stored items prohibited from entering the lab. Imposter's equipment. Ooh, boy. Okay. One full standard set of security officers' uniform and armaments. One bundle of anti-choice propaganda destroyed. We captured an AC infiltrator wearing the uniform and personal accoutrements of a facility security officer. All assets were retrieved, and the individual has been detained and subsequently transported to an undesignated location for interrogation by Sentinel Stenwick, who was fortunately on site. Personal note, commendation to Cadet Pearson for noting that the individual was carrying 111 rounds of ammunition instead of the standard 110. When questioned why the spare ammunition was not marked as retrieved material, the individual attempted to evade detainment. I have no doubt that Sentinel Stenwick was aware of the irregularity immediately, but saw an opportunity to allow Cadet Pearson to prove themselves as both an observant soldier of the garrison and a worthy subject of the Protectorate. Truly our Sentinels are as benevolent to those loyal to the Paradigm as they are unyielding in the face of threats to the Protectorate. Machete. One machete. After being carelessly dropped on its tip, the weapon is 0.1 millimeters too short for standard usage. taking into consideration that the weapon was voluntarily surrendered, and this was the individual's first violation. Only a minor citation for carelessly mishandling of equipment was issued. There was no need for further disciplinary action. Oh, well, thank goodness. Non-standard field helmet. 3 non-standard helmets for general infantry and security personnel. Several privates were observed to be wearing an obsolete type of headgear, which violates Regulation Z for 4R19.B60. It should be noted that the regulation was changed while they were in transit and have not had a chance to update their equipment. This complies with standard exemption 812.7C2.B14. No disciplinary action was required. Personnel to be issued new headgear from the armory inside the Rift facility. Okay. And that's not even the messages. To all personnel subject to base-wide alert, priority maximum. All personnel, including military, are to report to a Tier 1 viewing area inside the facility for a mandatory visual communication. This is a comprehensive summons that includes all normally exempt personnel, such as duty exterior guards. Of course, our chief automech engineer and strategist have both confirmed that the Dragoon station at the exterior security checkpoint is functioning optimally and was built with the latest and most robust hardware configuration. It is more than capable of standing sentinel for there. To Captain Gaines, subject, planning for potential incursions. Subject, incursion protocol. Sir, firstly, allow me to offer apologies for sending a message such as this. I have studied all regulations as thoroughly as I am capable of, and I fear there is a regulation which I cannot find. Our checkpoint security adheres to all the current guidelines, as we are loyal and true subjects of the Protectorate. Honestly, I fucking hate the Protectorate right now. I cannot stand this crew. And Tristan's, I'm finding him a little annoying. He was cool during his companion, initial recruitment, and now I just find him obnoxious. So it goes. However, I cannot find regulations for what to do in the infinitesimally, I can't say it right now for some reason, unlikely case that the forces of Auntie's Choice should choose to move around the checkpoint instead of engaging it. There are many regulations for defending walls, but we lack such infrastructure. I trust the plan, and I know that the Protectorate couldn't make such an oversight. The failing is of course mine, but still, I cannot find the regulations for defending that position without fortifications. If I have overstepped my bounds by sending this, I will submit myself to mental refreshment immediately. To head of external security. Subject change at checkpoint, inspection protocol. The Council has personally requested that we expedite our research to comply with this order. We are making changes to the checkpoint inspection regulations in regards to certain material. All incoming deliveries marked as clearance 12C or higher are now exempt from inspection regulations. Bullshit. Yeah. Okay. So we get our Rift Modulator gun there. Gonna take a bit of a break before I head in there, because it's gonna be a lot. Can I take some pot shots here? I'd love to just go through someplace that's not hostile. Does the quest say anything about this place? Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. Well, it looks like that covers a lot of the map, though, after this. Let's see. Yeah, and then after that, we'll head down here for the Auntie's Choice quest. Okay. I'll turn on the radio for a little bit. It's Protectorate stuff. I'll turn on the Protectorate radio.
broadcasting reassuring programming in line with the paradigm. This is Protectorate Sanctioned Wireless. Extra special update from everyone's neighbor, Prudence. All is well, and life is perfect. Our bellies are full of wholesome food. We want for nothing. Not a care in the world.
You're so right, Prudence. Our every need is met. I suppose if I had one want, it would be to visit the matriarch's tomb on Praetor, to bask in her eternal glory.
No shame in that, Subaltern Prescott. All subjects pine to pay their respects to the matriarch. Her tomb is a trove of inspiring exhibits and artifacts of her remarkable life. All Protectorate subjects once pilgrimaged to her tomb, but alas, it lies outside our fortified territory on Praetor. Now only the best among us may visit, accompanied by security.
One of the great tragedies of this war, Prudence.
Rest assured, her tomb still remains in Protectorate hands, guarded by an army of automechs, and that will never change. You may yet get your chance to pilgrimage.
Your words fill me with hope, Prudence. Perhaps someday we might pilgrimage there together.
Not if I make the pilgrimage first, which I most certainly will, given that I'm everyone's neighbor, Prudence, and you are not. Don't worry, I'll bring you back a commemorative garment.
Well then, moving on.
Here's a little number to get your feet tapping and your mind meditating on the perfection of Protectorate society.
I just had a thought, I'm really not supposed to. Sadly, though it seems my thoughts fly too free. My mind feels too open, I'm acting without reason. You know exactly what we should do. You're a good citizen, join the queue. Pack your bags, you know what we should do. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. Be thought and worry-free as one big family. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. I feel so much lighter, I can't wait to revitalize the mind in line with what we are told. Told is the one truth, no need for more proof. You know exactly what to do. You're a good citizen, join the queue. Pack your bags, you know what we should do. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. Be fun and worry-free as one big family. We're up to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. Stomping out ideas, reporting on your news. Support the sovereign's vision, no need for your decision. And so we're finally thought free, and we're feeling proud. Now that we can boldly speak, say thoughts aloud. Blissfully empty, da-da-do-da-day. Bumbling along, even if we've got nothing to say. We're off to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. Be thought and worry-free as one big family. We're off to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. We're off to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed. Be thought and worry-free as one big family. We're off to be refreshed, so mentally refreshed.
A pattern
On this intellectually stimulating episode of Notable Locations of Scientific Inquiry, we contemplate the Colossal. A computronic construct so powerful it requires a planetary mass ice ball to both house its analytical engine and cool it to 274.24 Kelvin. Bundle yourself in cold weather outerwear as we visit Elysium's Ice Moon Cloister, home of the Archive. This miracle of decipherative machinery was engineered by the first bishop and the matriarch herself, so we could harness its predictive powers to unravel the universal equation. Beneath Cloister's permafrost sprawls an endless maze of componentry, resistor banks, logic assemblies, data manifolds, quantifiers, re-quantifiers, re-dequantifiers. The Archive's core assembly lies within the Ice Moon's inner mantle, where 2.7 billion thermionic valve switches perform the nitty-gritty of Boolean data calculation. Such processing generates tremendous heat, which is dissipated by the thermal transfer system. 4,367.89 kilometers of feed and return pipes circulate coolant between Cloister's subsurface seas and the core assembly. When in operation, the core would turn molten in 1.8 minutes without thermal transfer's consistent hydraulic pressure of 3,300 psi. Fortunately, this system is foolproof. It would take deliberate human intervention to operate the Archive without the thermal transfer system. But who would act so irrationally? Input commands are delivered by complex punch cards that process information stored on data bricks. Only an operator wielding the Calcaduceus may set the Archive to its tasks. To outsiders, it appears we are waving a mathematical magic wand, but we know better. It's scientism. Alas, the facility has slipped from our computational control, a loss not only for scientism, but all of humanity. It is imperative that we recover the Archive and resume its great purpose, solving the universal equation so we will inevitably achieve ascendancy.
Addendum. Since we recorded this episode, the thermal transfer system size increased from 4,367.89 kilometers to 4,367.91 kilometers. We are racked with regret for this error.
Stand by for further stimulating content. And now a song from a composer predicted to have 3 well-liked melodies and become allergic to water this year.
Yeah, I could go for some brain chemicals right now. Let me do all that. Thank you, Arthur.
We hope you enjoyed that melody, while contemporaneously wishing you did not find its tempo, chord progression, form, and/or meter overly distracting.
The following song has been determined to facilitate abstract thinking and constructive rumination.
Okay. Thank you for that. It did kind of snap me out of whatever's going on with me. Oh, let's turn this shit off. Yeah, the radio doesn't have the same appeal as Fallout radios to me. That's okay.
Attendance is mandatory.
Announcements are seldom so pressing that everyone must leave their posts. I find myself wary.
That's Valerie. Oh. Okay.
I despise that. You have my thanks.
Y'all good?
and my habit.
Okay. Tristan, you never stay up for very long. I get that you're drawing attention, but... Yeah, I wish I had like a cyberpunk side dodge. Maybe that's a perk. Property of the Protectorate. I hate the Protectorate so far. I'll foster peace, but I hate them. Just been feeling a little down, I guess, Arthur. But it'll pass. It'll always come and go, you know? I really need more mods. Not chat mods. Those are weapon mods. Well. Okay, I guess that'll be our tutorial Rift gun thing.
Event. The Interstitial Hall and Exhibition Tower is off limits for the foreseeable future to any and all non-essential personnel. All requests to view the prototype Rift Anomaly Modulator are hereby suspended for the time being. Please direct all further queries and study petitions to the Lead Researcher's Office.
Lead Researcher's Office. The Great Big Sea? What's that? My brain could go for some real big fish right now, I guess. I don't spend enough time listening to music anymore. I used to be in a music fraternity in college. I sang in choir and stuff, but just falling out of touch with it. I listen to video game OSTs a lot, but and anything current or modern that's playing that people are into, probably haven't listened to.
Upon successful larceny of the Rift Modulator, Commander Commander. You may be able to use the device to reconstitute rifts such as this one.
In your Discord? Okay, I'll look sometime. Challenge accepted, Arthur. I'm not sure why I'm doing this. I see things, I fix it. Okay. Actually, nope, I don't know what that did. That made sense to me. How's your wife enjoying Lego Batman? I know she said something earlier, but like just in general. God damn it. Well, at least that didn't kill me. Oh, wait. Don't go below it. It might still kill me. Interstitial Reconfiguration Center.
Subjects, listen well. Days ago, our beloved sovereign, in his infinite wisdom, submitted himself to mental refreshment to strengthen his resolve for the good of all. At his command, I, Emery Thoreau, now accept the responsibility of shepherding you through these dark times until our sovereign's blessed return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as
you sent him to mental refreshment, got it.
your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors. But I cannot do it alone. Some
comparative analysis of the consul's
Not right now,
speech
Valerie.
to that of other dictators suggest a high likelihood that a coup has occurred.
Yes, I gathered that.
Impossible.
Oh, you...
This must be some kind of ploy on the consul's behalf.
Don't yammer now. I actually pay attention to dialogue.
to stand tall with renewed zeal. Together, we will finish our great sovereign's work and purge Arcadia of those who seek to harm us. We shall clench our victory and step into the prosperous future our matriarch promised.
Alright, yeah. Just talking himself up. Yeah, we do have a mini rocket weapon now, so... I think I needed long rounds, right? Yeah. We need some shock rifle mods. We have so many of these, and they're actually a pretty solid weapon. I'm thinking I'm gonna stop using that chain spark cannon thing. It's falling off a bit. It's falling off. Oh yeah, and we're quite short on that ammo now too. Yeah, let's get the max amount. I don't want to have to think about ammo. Okay. Oh.
Our foes are close.
You might survive this because we're close? Okay. Ah. Oh. I love leaving explosive barrels untouched. Just kidding. I wish I utilized every single one.
All it took was some light instruction
Oh.
and a restorative cocktail to
We
abrade
can't be
my
expected to sleep in these conditions.
Better than bivouacking on Cloister. Have the toes missing is testament.
Hi, guys. The soundproof walls only work one way. That's how that works. A pulse hammer? I'm seeing some melee weapons now, but it definitely seems like there's far more ranged weapons in melee. That hammer that uses shotgun ammo is interesting, though. I haven't really heard of too many melee weapons in a lot of games that use your ammunition. That's an interesting way of going about it. Because, like, you know, ammo is typically useless for melee builds. So that's cool, I suppose.
There must be something here.
It's gonna be loud in a sec. Oh. Wait. You have a name. Standard chem set. I am dumb, but I don't have the trait by technicality. State-of-the-art chem set that has clearly seen a lot of use. You may be able to combine the chemicals present to create something useful. I was cooking something for the family. Hang on. I'll talk to her after I take it out of the oven. BRB.
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. Prudence dictates, eye your neighbors carefully. Sustain the system, serve the sovereign.
Trust the plan, serve set progress, sustain the system, serve the sovereign. Paradigm we serve, lives we deserve.
Alright, sorry about that. You know me, I walk away a lot.
Arbiter,
I always got something going on in the background, kinda.
I do not have leave to access these security files, but I can assure you, my intentions are in service to the Protectorate.
I was very close to blasting this girl in the head.
I know business with
Very
you.
close.
Then, does your arrival have something to do with the commotion I heard just now? Are we under attack by the enemy?
I kind of am the enemy. I mean, the end result I'm hoping is that I'll foster peace afterwards, but I am mowing down a significant chunk of this faction going through here. It does not seem like a peaceful route through here is very, super viable, so... I'll be asking the questions. What were you doing just now that has you so nervous? Well, she's probably turning on the Protectorate, right?
Looking for proof. There was an incident recently,
Yeah,
and I believe our
about the
head of
coup.
security is neglecting his duty to investigate. So it is my duty to report him.
Of course. Tell me of these security lapses.
Albin Valancourt is the sentinel charged with supervising this facility and all its researchers. Unfortunately, he's a punitive man who delights in the wretchedness of others. I recommend he be replaced until such time as his behavior has received
What does that
proper
mean?
scrutiny and
He
subsequent
delights in
correction.
other people being bad?
I remind you that I am in no way beholden to your recommendations, subject. Whether or not your compatriot receives correction is up to my discretion alone.
Tristan, you're growing off me a bit.
Should you require further data points for your assessment, however, I would most dutifully provide them, including my version of the recent incident.
This sounds more personal than a mere workplace disagreement. What's the science requirement, out of curiosity? 4? Okay.
Unless your lamps have oxidized, you must have noticed my arm. I lost it saving the Sovereign
I have
from a
one
rift
too.
experiment gone wrong. An experiment
My grandma
I
has one
was in
arm.
charge of.
That's kind of why I did it.
Naturally. Valancourt supplied my name for the reports, incriminating me in the eyes of my colleagues. And since he's closed off that wing of the lab, I can't prove my innocence.
What do you say in the previous line? From a rift experiment. Okay. A rift experiment you were in charge of. What do you suspect happened?
Coincidence is not causation, I know. But with recent events being what they are, it's difficult not to draw certain unpalatable theories beyond mere incompetence. Sabotage comes foremost to mind, though the perpetrator and purpose remain a mystery. If only Valancourt was not at permanent cross-purposes with me.
I can help with your situation if you help me acquire the rift modulator you have here. That's why I'm here.
Oh, I understand now. This is a security assessment, hence the presence of an arbiter.
Sure.
I can certainly help expose the facility's failure points for you. In exchange, I hope you will assist me in delving into the cause of the rift incident. We'll just need Valancourt's keycard to access the restricted wing.
Well, given that our entire goal is to close all the rifts, wouldn't make much sense to ignore this now, would it? Your assistance in this matter would be most appreciated. Isn't that right, Tristan?
Regardless of our new state of affairs, anything that threatened the Sovereign's safety must be thoroughly investigated. Even this Valancourt should see that.
I cannot assist in acquisition, but once you take the prototype, it will trigger an immediate lockdown. I can facilitate your exit from the facility should you face any difficulties from Valancourt. After we conclude our investigation, of course. That modulator will be necessary to unfold the rift and find the evidence I need.
That all sounds reasonable to me. What's our first step? What kind of evidence are you hoping to find in this restricted wing?
The kind that proves I did not dishonor myself by making a mistake, and that the cause of the disaster was due to someone else's malfeasance, deliberate or otherwise.
What if it was a mistake? This all sounds risky, but I'm willing to try if you are.
The prototype rift modulator is currently in Interstitial Hall, at the top of Exhibition Tower. There's a lift in the next room over that can take you directly there.
Okay.
Once you have the prototype, make your way to Valancourt's quarters. He should have a spare key card that will grant us access to the restricted wing. I'll monitor your progress from here. Be cautious. The guards of this facility will attack anyone unfamiliar to them.
I'm aware.
Once you have the keycard and rift device, reconvene here, and we'll go together to
I wouldn't mind a Fallout New Vegas disguise system. And once your investigation is complete, you'll help me escape.
That is what we've agreed upon, is it not?
Any last piece of advice?
Valancourt keeps all of the items he confiscates from the staff in a locked closet in his quarters. There may be something pertaining to the investigation within.
I had other questions before I go.
I've already shared more with you than I ought have. But go ahead.
Did you hear the Council's announcement about the coup?
That's an ugly way to describe a legitimate transfer of power.
Okay.
And if you're trying to bait me into expressing an opinion of my superiors, I assure you I will not.
Alright, you're still very loyal. Isn't Valancourt your superior? You seem to have plenty of opinions about him.
A technicality. He's inferior in every way that matters.
Can you tell me more about these rift experiments you've been conducting?
The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center was created to continue researching into rifts, following a significant setback to our studies elsewhere.
You're referring to Horizon Point, right?
How do you know about that? That disaster and its
I
link
was
to
there.
the death of the Sovereign's family was not made public. No one outside of this facility is supposed to know of it. Regardless, even though Horizon Point's destruction did impede our progress for a time, we learned from it as well. We're now able to generate rifts safely within containment.
For reference, Horizon Point was like the first hour or
Due
so
to
of
the
the game.
exacerbation of the greater rift recently, these lesser rifts became less stable. Some breaking containment or spawning outside of it altogether.
You know the Sovereign personally. What is he really like?
In public, Henry has adopted the affectations of his father. In private, he is much more personable, though meddlesome too. Always wanting to be involved in the experiments. He becomes most animated when we discuss how matter might be reconstituted from the rifts. What was lost somehow returned. You could say he has a vested interest.
What exactly was Sovereign Varric hoping to accomplish with his research into rifts?
His motivations are personal. All I am willing to say is that he is a man who loved his family very much and would move planets to see them again.
Okay, that's not a bad motivation. On paper. I don't know much about the late Sovereign. Was he very different from the current one?
He and the Consul wore coats cut from the same stern cloth. Henry has never quite matched either of them, in terms of temperament or severity.
Oh, that's all for now. I don't have the restricted wing access card. I'm glad I didn't blast you.
My duty to the Sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject. By operating at
Who's that?
Oh. Oh, these poor scientists. Well. Wait, why'd I get both? I mean, fair enough. For some reason, it reminds me of Dishonored. I would like.
Don't like the sound of that at all.
There's like an ability that where you will link two characters together, and the one you knock out knocks out the other. For some reason, knocking out the soldiers here also knocks out the scientists. That's very strange. Yeah, I definitely didn't shoot both of them. Nor did my companions do anything. If there's a scientist over here... Okay. That's so weird. I mean, it's overall a net positive for me, but it's strange. Don't release these. Sorry that we're mowing down a lot of these Protectorate guys, Tristan. You seem gung-ho about it anyway. Who's here?
Prototype rift anomaly modulator located.
There's a lockdown. As soon as I touch it, we're so I'm told. I believe her. Anything noteworthy? Overcharge auto mechanicals. Oh yeah, that's right. It's bad. It's bad to use this on them. Yeah. It doesn't mean it'll, like, you know, short circuit them. It means it'll make it better. They'll be better afterwards. You know what? We don't have very many of these. Birth crew. I might just start using that name more and more things, I guess. Left your own device, trophy earns. The prototype rift device is a mysterious tool built by the Protectorate to study and stabilize rifts. To use, approach and interact with the rift to temporarily stabilize it, revealing objects consumed by said rift. Oh. Rift residue?
To the unsubtle thief. Yes, you with the rift modulator. I've made the intercom available to you. Avail yourself of it.
Sure.
It's not every day that someone is fool enough to break into the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center, aided and abetted by one of our very own arbiters, no less. I'd be obliged if you would regale me with the tale of how you managed to get this far.
You know what? You know what? Sure. I need help from one of your... I had help from one of your researchers, actually.
Oh, really? Which one?
If you're asking me, I'd say you don't know your people well enough.
Act glib if you like. All you've done is illustrate the need for more invasive auditing of my personnel. I'll be sure to inform them of your role in that unpleasantness. Well, there will be time to scrutinize every angle of this breach at a later date, once I have dealt with you.
Or you could just let me go. Bygones being bygones and all that.
I could also reduce you to a state of quivering agony, begging for death. And that would be a lot more enjoyable for me, if I'm being candid. No matter. I will await you in the hangar, where bullets may fly more freely than words, if you survive that long.
Trouble about. My hammerhead itches.
Replenishing my firearm!
Beg your patience.
Easily startled. Sometimes. You're so easily surprised that you always try to get the jump on enemies. Getting caught leaves you open to damage for a short time, but you are better at stealth now. Minus 25% footsteps volume, minus 25% NPC awareness detection rate. Your damage resistance and evasion are ignored for 8 seconds when caught by an investigating enemy. No thank you. Well, what's the deal with these events? On the nature of rifts?
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rifts is not permanently destroyed. Broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our theories about the rift to an overwhelming degree, including the potential to restore this information, albeit imperfectly. I expect the Sovereign will be most pleased. I'm scheduled to meet with him later today to discuss my findings more in depth. Note to self, impress upon the Sovereign the risks of this research, lest he insist on attending the next demonstration. I surely cannot rely on Valancourt to do his actual job.
Sorry, cat's distracting me again. Honestly, I'd love to listen to that again. There we go.
As of this morning's demonstration, we have finally proven my central thesis. Matter within the rifts is not permanently destroyed. Broken down into pure information. This confirms many of our theories about the rift to an overwhelming degree, including the potential to restore this information, albeit imperfectly. I expect the Sovereign will be most pleased. I'm scheduled to meet with him later today to discuss my findings more in depth. Note to self, impress upon the Sovereign the risks of this research, lest he insist on attending the next demonstration. I surely cannot rely on Valancourt to do his actual job.
Okay. Laboratory observations on the nature of rifts. Experiments are ongoing to further determine the nature and complexity of the information stored within the rifts themselves. It has been theorized that people who have been engulfed by rifts cannot be said to have truly perished, as everything about them is instantaneously converted to raw information. However, and this cannot be overemphasized, information stored in the rift is purely abstract data. We have found no evidence that any consciousness survives. Were otherwise, I cannot imagine a worse fate than to be deconstructed while retaining any level of awareness. Research update. We are continuing to build upon the research begun at Horizon Point Station and making splendid progress. The Sovereign is pleased, and a happy Sovereign makes for a happy work. Still, I cannot help wondering how much further along we would have been had we taken advantage of the Order's minds before they became corrupted by seditious thoughts. Prior to the schism, I had believed it impractical to exclude the Order in this research. but it was evidently the correct choice, given their presiding bishop's perfidy. Alas for science. Yeah, it just leads back to the ground level here. I mean, I'll go back up. Yeah. Oh, what was the deal with this then? Oh.
Not friendly.
Sorry.
Never more content.
The scientist wasn't linked this time.
You have my attention.
Sequencing our strategies.
Major neutralized. Forging ahead.
Pursuit X.
Only had a ring.
That scum. That miserable scum. To think he would stoop so low as to overthrow the Sovereign. I shall not rest until the Consul pays for his treachery, and Arcadia's rightful ruler is reinstated.
Seems your beloved protectorate isn't so infallible after all.
Do you truly believe this to be a fine time for a snide remark? Now? I fear how my fellow subjects will respond to this news. I believe that most will remain loyal to the Sovereign, but I will need to deal with those who strayed.
This has to be pretty confusing for your average subject. How will he judge them?
I shall attend to that matter once it presents itself. I sincerely doubt this is the end of my thoughts related to the matter, but we've wasted enough time with my ruminating. Let us be off.
Ah, he was in here. Oh. Thank you, Tristan. Okay. Security room maintenance log. Daily tasks. Install private security cache. Update electrical and hangar. Double check restrictions on the critical experimentation wing. Additional notes. Orders for the new cache came from Balacourt himself. Wanted to ask why, but the chief didn't seem in the mood to field queries. Something he read on his terminal seems to have spoiled his day. Cache can only be opened by enabling the middle power switch alone. Should be easier for the chief to remember. Don't forget to have lunch. A hungry subject is a worse subject. Yeah, I skipped lunch today. I did. Alright, let's actually leave. Both those rooms ended up being something, so... Trench shotgun? It wasn't that good? Okay. We're actually running a little low on sniper ammo. Oh, this is chest. It's a little cheap that I do that, but I mean, slow down time sniper rifle headshot. Hard to say no to that. When we're not in open conflict anyway.
The Sovereign never seemed especially perturbed. Prance and shimmy to your heart's reasonable abandon?
No, that's only for celebrating the downfall
Potential
of our
combatant
enemies.
in the vicinity.
This temperament can hide in plain sight.
Trust the plan, preserve set progress, sustain the system, serve the Sovereign.
Wait. What the fuck? Yeah, why is that happening? Oh! Oh! That's right. Okay, hang on. It is happening for a reason. How do I... yeah. Yes! That is why. I forgot I had trick shot. I thought it was a glitch, but no, it's the ricochet shot is killing it's killing the so the sniper rifle headshot is not only sneak attack like headshotting one person, it's just doing it to both if they happen to be nearby. That's quite nice. Okay. Yeah, I had picked that perk up without thinking too much about it, but it's yeah, it's paying off. What? Oh, okay. I could sleep in that, honestly. I could. Well, if I end up sleeping.
Miranda would have been 17 today. I can scarce imagine her. My little son. Nearly a woman grown. Will she recognize her father, I wonder? After all he has done to bring her back? Will she gaze upon him with pride? Happiest of returns, Miranda. I trust this year to be the last one we share apart.
Evidence suggests this room, and all of the Boris loaf within, belong to the Sovereign.
This is good bottoming form. Yeah, using your head for leverage, cool. Okay. It appears locked tight, but I can X-convict it. Quickly tugging on the combination dial causes the safe door to unlock. It's just like the secret hatch in Spratman's Feeney's old cell. Or not that you'd know anything about that. Plus 1% crit chance. Rift residue. No idea what it's for yet, but I'm sure they'll tell me once I'm out of here.
Don't be reluctant to unfold any risks you come across using the modulator. They may eject something useful to you.
I can't tell who's around. Something's seeing me, but I... Where? Where is everyone here? They're like noticing me through that window. Okay.
Could have sworn I...
Yeah, just gonna ignore
Suppose
that.
there's been another incident, like the one with the Sovereign?
No. It seems we may have been intruded upon during the Consul's announcement. I heard it from one of Valancourt's men. An outsider, apparently. Violent.
How ghastly. Well, Valancourt no doubt has it in hand. Perhaps this will take some of his edge off and he'll let us alone after.
A hypothesis that does not hold much water, I fear.
Ooh, you really want me to kill these scientists, don't you?
The concept provides, the system abides.
What if I...
Our researchers have everything well in hand.
Didn't one just lose an arm not a month or so ago?
Felt weird killing that room full of scientists. Felt like maybe it's a test. But I've already killed some of them, so I don't know. Either way. Okay, these are gonna go though.
Every protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
God damn it. Yeah, they're cowering. They're cowering. I almost jumped into that rift. Is that a card? It is. +5 max health, okay. They're like, hey. You need to go. You need to go. Sorry. Stay behind that door. Okay, I wasn't sure if they left rift residue afterwards. Restricted wing access card. Welcome Valancourt A. Incident logs. Mannequins. There was a minor quibble between a few of my bright sparks over how to tog out the mannequins for a recent Destructibles test. Some were obviously offended by the use of Order vestments, though they tried to hide it. I resolved the issue by firmly reminding them that the Order is our sworn enemy now. I also warned them that should I see similar reactions again, I would replace one of the mannequins with a live subject. Huh. That certainly got their attention. Hurley. I was forced to administer another formal reprimand to Dr. Hurley. Firstly, for catching her nosing about outside of the restricted wing again, and the second for the venom she spat at me as I escorted her back to her office. Quite the tongue on that one. I wonder if she would be amenable to dinner. Provided I am not forced to dispatch her for insubordination before then. What, you... you didn't have any guess that it was her, or you just chose not to acknowledge it? So some of the checks are getting up to 7.
This office is more immaculate than my quarters. I have found that the tidiest spaces often belie filth-sodden deeds.
Sorry. I wouldn't mind respecing into explosives, maybe. Engineering hasn't been as cool as I thought it would be. Yeah, I was gonna let them go, but they were being a little annoying, so I killed them. Oh, okay. I mean, this is good for me. Try and make my way back to her. Oh! I don't think there's anything I can do about this. I doubt the loot there's worth it. This way to get back to her, right? How do I get back to her? Let's see. Oh no, I can't remember how I even got to her in the first place. Because of how this facility is set up. Well, let me fart around real quick here. Oh no, I'm lost. I am lost. This key card doesn't work for any other elevator floor? Okay. I guess we'll go back to that. I don't know. I didn't think I'd have a hard time getting back to her. I thought the elevator would help, but there you are. Okay.
Having that device nabbed on his watch nigh guarantees Valancourt a long stay and mental refreshment, if he is not subjected to swift and fitting arbitration first.
Should he ever amass the courage to confront me in the flesh, I shall deal with him as I see fit.
Of course. An arbiter's judgment is always sound.
1 second. Oh, yeah, BRB. Yeah, another game I'm playing where I'm soft locking or whatever. I'll be right back. I'll close the game and start the stream back up.